I said it once and I'll say it again. The Boule already exposed his 3-trick pony. Number 1, have this Indian woman cosplay as a Black American woman. You know, you have to convince us of that first in order for the next 2 tricks to work. Number 2, if non-Black people criticize her, call them racist. And number 3, if a Black man or any man happen to have an opinion the mob isn't in agreement with, blame all criticism on her being a woman. To make it even better, you can put both identifiers together and say, hey, it's because she's a Black woman. You know, because the woman who was paraded around as the first Indian woman to get this position and that position before is now a Black American woman. Now, the old throwed Black media didn't waste any time creating a false narrative. I'll say a complete lie. They clipped a host on Fox News and blew the whistle for all Black media to get in line and spread strategy number 2.
The most recent decision, already you got a question. She will not show up for the Prime Minister's joint session of Congress today. She'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority. She'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, a college sorority, a college sorority.
So they said he said a college sorority. Here's the problem. To pronounce the word college, it's college. To say colored, it's colored.
Roland lied to his audience, just like he allowed Tiffany Teflon Tahoe to lie to his audience. He went along with it, if y'all remember that.
I want to set the record straight. I don't have a foundation.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
But he lied to his audience and said the guy said colored sorority, so they can call him racist. If you check the closed caption, it clearly says college, and when I slowed down the video, I got from it that the guy was saying college. Either way, Roland took the clip and told everybody, oh look, they're racist against Kamala. Because like I've said many times before, the easiest way to get Americans emotionally involved with anything is to bring up Black versus white. If you put both against each other, people will lose their minds on both sides. And Black Americans, they'll go extra hard when they think this so-called Black American woman is being targeted racially. My thing is, it's such a ridiculous argument. They're attempting to 1, distract us so we don't ask for our tangibles, and 2, they're trying to cast a spell on us so we all run crazy for Kamala in the name of protect this so-called Black woman from racism. That's one of her top 3 strategies to win Black support. I know you can't make this up. The level of finesse they're all pulling off is insane. Just as crazy as being promoted as the first Indian woman before to get a top position, and since Rachel Dolezal Jr. needed national votes outside of California, she turned into a Black woman. Absolutely incredible.
So going back to that Fox News clip, I heard college, and in the context of saying, hey, she's speaking to a sorority, a college sorority in the summer. So I do think context matters here, because for white sororities, they are only during college and they only happen during the school year. They're not meeting or doing anything in the summer, versus Black sororities are lifelong commitments, which means summer, fall, spring, winter, we are organizing, we are doing the work in the community. So based upon that context, I do think that Brian was saying college.
This is also a perfect example of white folks who have no idea about Black people. They don't know any. I remember the Washington Post, was it the last campaign of the Washington Post writer? They were making this squealing noise when Kamala Harris at the AK convention. They have no clue about Black culture. They have no idea. They don't even understand it. They don't even realize when the other night we had the Win with a Black Men call and Wes Moore came on, the governor of Maryland, and I was like, yo, what up, frat? They looking like, what the hell? They throwing a hang loose? Like, what are they doing? They know nothing. And so what happens is, and then you got Lawrence Jones sitting there, duh.
Oh, he is the worst.
I mean, and made no effort to say, hey guys, as a matter of fact, I don't even know he know about the Divine Nine. But again, this is also what you see when you see these people who know nothing. See, they think fraternities, why are you still wearing your fraternity shirt? You graduated a long time ago. Sorry, black frats and sororities ain't the same as white.
Yeah, Roland is definitely right about that. Black and white fraternities and sororities are not the same. The black organizations, their membership is a part of their identity. They will give their soul for those letters. It's arguably treated with similar importance of religion. Now, I know you heard the black woman on the show with Roland. She said it sounds like college to her too. All of it is a tactic to avoid talking about what black people really need to hear, like what is Kamala going to do for our vote? Since she want to cosplay as a black American woman and use black this and black that, and we have to vote for her because she's black while offering nothing for our support but a chance for us to worship this non-black American, Canadian, Indian, Irish, daddy born in Jamaica woman. Stop telling me she's Divine Nine. I don't care. Stop telling me about Howard. Her getting a degree at Howard can't do anything for the black American community. Where are the tangibles? That's what we want to know. Where's the agenda for black America?
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
What was really crazy was the shade room. The Democrats bought a bunch of ads for them to show Kamala-related news every day, laughing and doing sister girl moves to make us support her without once highlighting her previous record on black people, addressing all of that, and then telling us what she's going to do for the black American community for our support. That narrative Roland created was also pushed to 30 million people on IG via the shade room. I noticed the Breakfast Club did not run with that lie because it was pretty obvious, but Envy wanted to make sure he told us to support her.
All right, well, Kamala Harris, we have to make sure we support Vice President Kamala Harris. We have to make sure we support, we promote, and we help her out because they are attacking her now.
He said, what y'all think, college or colored? He said college. And listen, black people, we're going to lose our minds looking for random acts of racism and sexism. There's going to be a lot of blatant racism and sexism over the next 100 days, and it's going to be even more if Vice President Kamala Harris gets in the White House. So I just think we look ridiculous sitting around trying to figure out whether a person said college or colored. Like, there's a lot of blatant acts of racism and sexism that's happening now, and that's going to be happening. I'm not sitting around wasting my time trying to decide whether he said college or colored. I felt like he said college.
Well, see, the problem is one person heard him say colored, and then everybody's like, yeah, he said colored.
That's what they posted.
And then it kept going, and then it's trending, and they'd be like, he said colored.
And that's what I wish. I wish that I would have heard the audio. I wish somebody would just let me heard. I wish somebody would have just let me heard it. Instead of telling me
let you hear
what
before
he said.
Yeah. But I did the same thing. When I heard him call, I was like, he said color. He said what?
And then I heard it slow down. I'm like, bro, he said college.
Yeah, then when you close your eyes and just listen, you'd be like, oh, he said college.
Speaking of this sorority speech, that was the center of this controversy. The convention was hosted by Zeta Phi Beta. It was their grand boule in Indianapolis.
Now I'm going to step out of the frame so you can take a look and see that many of these members have already arrived looking beautiful in their blue and white, and they're all awaiting the Vice President's arrival here. Now this is all happening as Harris enters the beginning days of a fresh campaign.
Yes, the boule showed up to the Grand Boule super excited about endorsing Kamala Harris and supporting her on her journey to become the first non-black Black American woman president.
In 2024, we are carrying that vision forward as we embrace the extraordinary power of she. Our Vice President is a proud member of the Divine Nine family as a sister of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And all 9 of our organizations stand in unity with an unprecedented outreach for voter registration, education, and mobilization to get coordinated efforts to get out the vote. And after today, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated will be the first D9 Black Greek lettered organization to host the first Black woman presidential nominee.
Or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do. You know, when he was president, Donald Trump, former president, handpicked 3 members of the United States Supreme Court. because he intended for them to overturn Roe v. Wade, the United States Supreme Court, previously the court of Thurgood and RBG. And as he intended, they did. Well, let me tell you something. When I am president of the United States, and when Congress passes a law to restore those freedoms, I will sign it into law. We are not playing around.
She promised to support terminations for pregnant women, but no plan for the most pressing issues, like inflation, the economy, and illegal immigration.
Immigration's a major issue for Republicans, Democrats, Independents, really across the board of this country. Americans want this addressed.
That's absolutely right, David. A new ABC poll shows that immigration is at the top of a priority list for Americans around the country. Listen, when we talk to people, they say that this is important to them because when they see apprehensions high and resources strained, it makes them feel like the chaos is creating a vulnerability for our country.
She didn't address the border crisis at all, nor did she tell a room full of 8,000 Black women what she was going to do specifically for the Black community. They just all pledged their support for nothing in return, but I guess bragging rights to say a member of the Divine Nine, the Boule, is president. Obviously, that's good enough, that's it. And we wonder why as Black people, we're not getting anywhere. We have all the Boule getting top positions, local, state, and federal, public and private, but nothing is changing for the Black community. Instead, you have all these people connected to fraternities and sororities, yelling and cursing at us, being very disrespectful, telling us we need to vote for this lady and not ask for nothing. Roland Martin. And it's not just Roland, it's Joy Reid, Abby Phillip, both DST members, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, all Qs.
Before y'all start calling my radio show and DMing me, talking about why you ain't asked no hard-hitting questions, that ain't what this is. I'm throwing a lob. This is an alley-oop for a dunk. Because this administration needs to get the word out of what they're actually doing and what they're actually accomplishing, so we can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for Black people. Can't nobody come out with no agenda and call it this for Black people and expect to get in the White House. You got to play the game different. Y'all know what this is. So now this next question is another lob for her to dunk. See, I'm on this radio show and I'm hearing all these people talking about I'm not voting if they're not doing nothing for us. Listen to me. If you do not vote, the analytics will show. They know how many women vote, they know the age you are when you vote. If we don't vote, how are we going to ask for something next time? If you ain't got no voting power.
Last month, more than 130,000 migrants were apprehended at the southern border. On January 20th, 2021, if you are president, what specifically would you do with the thousands of people who try to reach the United States every day and want a better life through asylum?
Immediately on January 20th of 2021, I will, first of all, we cannot forget our DACA recipients, and so I'm going to start there. I will immediately, by executive action, reinstate DACA status and DACA protection to those young people. I will further extend protection for deferral of deportation for their parents. I will also immediately put in place a meaningful process for reviewing the cases for asylum.
One of the questions that the Black community has is, Senator Harris, if you are elected president, what would be your agenda for the Black community?
Right. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
So we can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for Black people. Can't nobody come out with no agenda and call it this for Black people and expect to get in the White House.
Doesn't matter the organization, the entire Divine Nine came together to pledge their support for this woman with no tangible benefits for the Black community, and they're all trying to bully us into not asking for anything. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. What's in it for them? And why is the Boule not helping Black America negotiate a deal with this woman for our support? Let me know what you think about all of this below. Special thank you to Roland C. I appreciate you, Roland, for all of your support, as well as Arlander, Chris, Big Sneed, Matt Gas, and Brady O. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis? Want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.